Wicked for Good is directed once again by Jon M, and this is a sequel to the 2024 last year's film Wicked, which is based on a stage musical by Stephen Schwartz, and of course it's loosely based on a novel by Gregory Maguire. The film stars Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande, Jonathan Bailey, Ethan Slater, Michelle Yeoh, and of course Jeff Goldblum himself. Set in the land of Oz before and during the events of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, the film follows Elphaba and Glinda are on both different paths as the Wicked Witch of the West and Glinda the Good. I was so looking forward to this movie, guys. If you probably know, last year I did review the first Wicked. If you want to check it out right here. And of course, I do love the film. Every time I watch it, even the first movie, I actually really enjoyed by the experience. Even on rewatches, of course, I do own the DVD right here, which film that I clearly loved. And I watch it so many times, and it just gets better each viewing, and I get emotionally invested with these characters. The Land of Oz, the world building that Jon M directed from his directing standpoint, cinematography, the visuals, the practical effects, all top notch, and the acting and the musical numbers. So catchy. Of course, went to this film with so much high expectations, so I decided to go in within, not trying to go too high, but going with a mild, just to keep my expectations tempered, because the reviews I've been hearing is not the best for many people. But after seeing this film, I thoroughly enjoyed this film. I really liked it. I came out, I was satisfied. Now, is it better than the first one? Not quite. I don't think it's on the top level of it. Maybe it's somewhere round about here, I will say, for the most part, as a compliment. It's just somewhere right there. Not very top as the first one, but it's close. Just really close to its perfection. I'll straight to the point. The production design of this film, from the practical and the visuals, are incredible. It's beautiful to look at. It's visually stunning. I was blown away, especially the cinematography wise, and of course the direction from Jon M does a fantastic job here. He delivers so much the heart and passion. You can tell this guy is a big fan of this stage musical, and you can tell he's in love with this. He is enjoying making this movie. You can tell from the cast as well. They have had a blast making this movie. You can tell there's a lot of heart and passion going into this. This is like a passion project that he's making. As far as the visuals go and the practical stuff, incredible. It blends so well. It looks authentic. It looks visually appealing to look at. And also, it doesn't look overly digital or glossy or fabricated. It looks so convincing. And that's why certain movies like that cannot top what this movie does. Oh, look at you. Anyway, I will say this, from the musical performances and especially the songs are so catchy. It's so uplifting. And of course, the vocal performances are the standout, especially Cynthia Erivo and of course Ariana Grande as Elphaba and Glinda are incredible. They're both on the highlights, especially Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba. She is terrific. She steals the show from the first film, still has it here. She's still got it in her. She can sing. Her voice is so angelic and her voice like an angel. I will say that. She's got an amazing, beautiful voice. Every time she sings, I literally just awe to it. I just could not help but going, oh my God, she is a fucking angel. Maybe as a witch, but her voice is an angel. That's saying a lot. And of course, Ariana Grande as Glinda. She has a lot of character in her, especially a certain scene. We do get a little bit of backstory with her as a kid, which you probably saw in the certain trailers and advertisements and promotions, which you do see it. I'm not going to lie, as far as that goes, her character, you do get a chance to see more of her a little bit. Like you do with Elphaba, you do get a chance to see more of her character and her family, her background, which you do get a chance to see more of her, which I do quite like. It definitely gives you more depth into these characters. You do feel the emotions. And the chemistry between Cynthia Erivo and, of course, Ariana Grande, they both worked so well. You can tell they're friends in real life, and you do feel the emotions between these two characters. It's just really captivating to watch. It just, you do feel it. You do feel they're blast now. It's just, especially some fight scenes and the banter, the dialogue exchange, it looks incredible. I'm blown away how good that was. Jonathan Bailey as Fiyero. Jonathan Bailey is the sexiest man alive right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just say that. I'm not going to lie. There are a couple of audiences kind of went, ooh, you know, wolf whistling, especially the one scene between, let's just say between Elphaba and Fiyero. Let's just say it was kind of a hanky-panky. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. I'm not going to... If you don't see the film, you know what I'm talking about. And of course, you have our side characters like Michelle Yeoh as Madame Marble, who is absolutely incredible. Michelle Yeoh, fantastic actress. She delivers some great performance here. And of course, Jeff Goldblum, yes, Jeff Goldblum of all people, as the Wizard of Oz. He's brilliant. It's Jeff Goldblum doing his Jeff Goldblum as always. You can't really complain. The rest of the cast, all are great. I will get to the problems of the side characters, which certain characters here and there do have their moments. I'm not going to spoil. If you've seen the film, you know where the story is going. You probably saw the final trailer, especially with one character, and of course there's another character, which I'm not going to spoil, but if you've seen the trailers and the advertisement and of course the promotions, yeah, the character turns into a character very important to the overall story. And I've got to say, the practical stuff, but Jon M did say that those characters who are portrayed in the story that is intertwined, the Wizard of Oz storyline kicking in, which you do see, and living heck, it is all practical. He's not lying. Everything for these characters are practical, no CGI. Maybe there are a couple of CGI here and there, but the majority of it looks convincing. I gotta say, like I said, this film is convincing. It's not holding back with the CGI or the practical stuff. It just goes right at you. And of course, we have a special actor voicing a particular animal character. If you've seen the film or you probably saw the promotion, Colman Domingo as the Cardi Lion. Yeah, it doesn't get much to do, but you do hear his voice, you kind of go, oh, that's Colman Domingo, that's him. And of course, this film is very touching. I cried, I teared up a couple of times, and just right at the end, the final act of the film, right towards the end, I'm not gonna lie, I teared up. It was just that build-up of the feelings I feel for these characters, because I was so much invested, and I started to feel those emotions, and I would just feel like my eyes would start to water up. It started to build and build and build. And the moment that happens, it was just, oh, the emotions took me in. It's all thanks to Jon M's directing and the characters I felt towards them. And not gonna lie, the audience I heard, they were sniffing, they got a little teary up, and I get a little bit emotional right at the end. It definitely hit me right there. It was a really impactful movie. It really impacted me a lot, and it definitely spoke to me in a way. I never felt so much connection towards these characters, especially between Elphaba and Glinda. Their friendship in the film is just everything about this film. It just works so well because of the emotions. And of course, the negatives, I will say, this is definitely not a perfect movie. It definitely has some issues, I will say that, is the pace of the film. I will admit, the pacing did feel like it was, and I will admit, it's a 2 hour and 30-minute movie, so it's not a long film. It's not longer than the first one. It actually went fluid for me, but there were a couple of times it felt like it dragged a few scenes, or maybe felt a little bit rushed, because I feel like it was trying to get along. And it does slow down for the majority of the characters, but it just felt like it was tries too hard to stretch out, like it was just way too out there for some reasons. I don't know. I felt like the pacing could have done a little bit better, despite it could have been trimmed down, or maybe it could have done a little bit better with it, or maybe certain stuff could have been removed in a certain way. As far as the overall side characters, they do feel underused. I wish they could have done a little bit more with them, I would say, because I did feel like you do get some clips with them, but I wish they could have done a little bit more with them. I feel like they could have been underused. I feel like they've just been there just to be there. I just feel like they could have done a little bit more. Oh, and also, no spoilers, but it's basically not spoilers. In the trailers, Dorothy Gale is in the movie. You don't really see the face, because I think what Jon M did is basically, she is in the movie, but you don't see the face. She doesn't get front center. She's basically like a background character. You kind of see the face, but you don't know who's playing the character. You don't know who it is. And she's there. The more I saw, I was like, oh, it's Dorothy. Because we don't know where the story is going. You kind of get a rough idea. If you've seen The Wizard of Oz, I haven't seen The Wizard of Oz, but I feel like I need to now after watching both Wicked back to back, which, funnily enough, I watched both Wicked and Wicked for Good on the big screen at a double feature recently when I'm recording this. So I would say I fully enjoyed this film. Wicked for Good, it may not be as close as perfect as the first film. It did feel like the pacing could have done a little bit better, and the side characters could have done a little bit more development. It felt like underused. That being said, I thoroughly enjoyed this film. I had a blast watching this movie. I was mostly satisfied. This is a really satisfying, emotional conclusion to the beloved stage musical movie adaptation. and it's definitely changed me for the good. I'm going to give Wicked for Good an A-. Guys, comment down below and tell me, have you seen Wicked for Good? Do you love it? Do you like it? Do you think it's alright or do you hate it? Whatever the case is, comment down below and tell me what you think. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Until next time, see ya.